All right. Oh, that's loud. Okay, and we're back with more exciting stuff. Hope you had a good break. And up now we have our next but last band, best for the last. Yes, we have Neon Wonder. No pressure, guys. Woo! This interesting duo. They have some interesting music for us. I heard you all do like music and poetry, right? Do you want to share with us what that's about? Yeah. We'll find out. Okay. All right. Introducing Neon Wonder. Let's give a hand for them. Woo!
Good evening, guys. Thanks for coming down. My name's Mark Naya, and this is Daniel Tan. We are 2/3 of Neon and Wonder. Our keyboardist is overseas right now. Yes, we do original songs and poems. We set spoken word to music, and we also have a few songs for you tonight. No particular theme. We're going to start with a poem about poetry. And it's called Smoking a Poem. I am constantly on the lookout for poets, chain rhyming 5-stanza aligned poets, palming their pencil and notebook in back pockets, lighting up lines with the practice ease of habit. I search for them in sunlit corners of trains, between shelves of public libraries. I find them pacing and waiting at bus stops, flicking ashen words onto paper. There is no mistaking the poet's scent, the tangle of joy and fear, to exhale a word and stuff out the idea before the bus draws near. Sometimes I peer over the shoulders of strangers when I see them turn serious and begin to scribble, but often it's a list of things to do, groceries, accounts. These secondhand words are safe. They don't give me a rush from breathing in someone else's simile. Where have all the serial poets gone? Those who only smoke unfiltered, huffing hard packs of dense images that incite the potential to kill or cause immense emotion when the burning tip touches the fragile prose of skin. Breathe it in and out. Read it once and again until lips chafe, lungs burn, eyes gasp, red and dry. I want a poem to see miracles of metaphor in my brain. I don't want mental light concoctions of neat little verses with pop song end rhymes that carry deterrence from the poet. No, I want a poem that doesn't bow to warnings and knows it's dangerous and makes me dangerous and therefore cool. I want to smoke a poem, make sure everyone knows every word I inhale is poetry, not prose. Thank you. So we're going to move from that. I've never had 3 cameras on me before. We're going to move from that into a little song called Satellites. We have no idea how much we depend on satellites. And this is a bit of a musing on what if satellites were to stop working. If all of the satellites hanging over our lives were to stop their turning, if they grew so tired of caring, hopes and fears and they stopped communicating. If we would crash and lose our way, don't blame the satellites. Innocent as daydreams falling, stars from the sky. This is more than satellites. It's about you and I when I turn into you. There's a million channels, but I've lost the signal, and that tells me where I should go. If we would crash and lose our way, don't blame the satellites. Innocent as daydreams falling, stars from the sky. The jet planes fly through debris of our lives, from clouds and broken things. It's raining satellites. It's raining satellites. Okay, rather dark tune there. I'm going to go from that to another dark time in the world, where something called the flood happened. It's an event that's been recorded in all major religions, and this is one particular take on it. Scientists love their fossil record. Dinosaurs stacked like playing chips millions of years before man. Evolutionary anthropology. But what of the gaps between? With stories like the flood creep in? Are they just mythological throwbacks to ancient cultures? But just imagine that God had set the earth on climate control back in the days of Noah. But the land was burning with the scorching stench of sin. Pagan stones etched skid marks on the sidewalks. Altars collapsed under the weight of the Nephilim, spray painting graffiti onto sidewalks. Eden was a shotgun memory, the fall of pop culture mantra to release the soul into good and evil. Over in the city of Enoch, the rebel Cain had built himself a party palace for his army of tattooed toughs, and he bullied to fund his posse of joy-riding Humvees. God was annoyed. Some hope humans were. But there was Noah, still a kid at 300. Yes, he was the man, so he told him the plan, and it went like this. The animals will come two by two, hurrah, hurrah, to the ark that you must build with just one door. Animals of every kind, and I am sure that they won't mind you cockroaches build it, they will line up before. But this was fertile grassland, not some dry dock. And didn't God realize that building this monolith was a sure way of getting somebody committed? People used to come by from miles out just to etch a tablet of themselves with the ark, or so Noah was calling it. Crazy geezer, forever telling people it was gonna rain. What was that? Moisture was down on the ground. Whoever heard of falling water? But Noah kept on building and he kept on building. And finally, one day, the ark was complete. And then the animals march in 2 by 2, hoorah, hoorah. The cockroach and the cockatoo, the lynx and minx, the elephant and cormorant, the chimpanzee and manatee, locked and loaded, every creeping thing. Then the ground shook of silence. Deep fountains flooded the islands. The skies ran from blue to gray to black, and the rains came. Everyone made for the mountains, but suddenly no mountain was high enough. Even the dinosaurs couldn't last 40 days and nights without a friendly place to stand. 5 months later, the ark caught on the peak of Mount Ararat, and it was another 5 before the dove, under contract, found a fig leaf and never came back. The earth was fresh and clean. God had tumbled the mountains, broken in the clouds, hidden the dinosaurs for 20th century foxes to sniff out. And then out came Noah. The animals walked out 2 by 2, hoorah, hoorah, to congregate and populate the earth again. God set his rainbow as a seal, never to flood the earth, his will, a covenant that still endures today. Thank you. This next poem is something called The Yellow Line. And it's a poem about me, about where I come from, my heritage. So I'm forever getting questions of, you from Singapore? You born in Singapore? The answer is yes and yes. There's a short answer. The long answer is this poem. And the yellow line refers to the line that you find when you stand in front of it, waiting for a train at the MRT station. And now, of course, it doesn't make so much sense because they have all these barriers, you know. But just a few years ago, or actually not that long ago, there weren't any barriers. So the poem's about that. So think about a time where there weren't any barriers on MRT stations. I have to update my poem otherwise. The trains come and go while I curl my toes around the yellow line and pretend to ignore the destinations. Once I saw a little boy waiting just inside the station, waiting with his mother as the office crowd swarmed to freedom. He was yelling, "Why, Mom? Why do people have to go home? Why?" Standing at this great interchange of beginnings and endings. The city is a body of broken lines crowded along ethnic stations, but on this yellow line I stand, an uncertain notion. Often I'm asked if I am an immigrant or some intrepid traveler, maybe from the Middle East or America. Maybe because my place here isn't a given, though I have gotten fairly, lest it be forgotten. My father's father, from Kerala, and I claim too a quarter of the yellow line from my grandmother on mom's side. braving a slow boat from China, coming to this land of opportunity to clean white man's houses. And I have learned Malay from the Orang Laut, fishermen who now tap to beats that wrap the soul of this land. It is this language learned by rote that I resurrect only in the odd bargaining on a trip up north. By my father, I am Malayali. Malayalam, our ethnic group, is to me just another word like radar that can be spelled backwards. My civic duty is naan and tandoori with dal and keema when the family occasions it. Beyond that, I remain on electricity during the candlelit festival of lights. My mother taught me to count to 5 in Punjabi, but this country only announces warnings about the yellow line in the 4 official languages. Perhaps my IC should read others, an unidentified cultural composite walking down the yellow line. Between trains, the tracks seem emptier, almost inviting. I would like to ignore that yellow line, climb over these metaphors, stepping on the wooden rails, staying clear of the metal spikes. One of them carries a charge strong enough to kill, or so I've been told. Thank you. Okay, so this is a song that was written a couple of years ago, and we just updated the melody. It's called "Breathing into Light." Crowded like a city streets, all my thoughts of you. Strangers when I turn to speak, yet everyone's a clue. Looking for the way back home, a map without a key. To unlock secret doors where the mood is lessening. Where do we go from here? The way is never clear, but this road it travels on. A midnight rainbow into dawn. Where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? Daniel Tan on an incredible 8-string guitar, using all 8 strings. Finding how the time is gone, we're coming close to morn. Sky's breathing into light, could this be an early song? Where do we go from here? The way is never clear, but this road that travels on. Midnight's rainbow into dawn. Where do we go from Where do we go from here? We go there from here. Thank you.